Welcome to your Weekly Catalyst, our 5-minute weekly bonus session to help you move toward better than yesterday. Our feature full-length episodes go live first thing every Wednesday, and you may also want to check out our exciting new YouTube coaching channel, which is literally youtube.com/coaching channel. What are you tweaking today? Often in the world of health, wellness, and performance, we love to talk about BHAGs, or big, hairy, audacious goals. And we're always on the lookout for big changes in our, or maybe our clients' lives. But it's often the tweaks that provide the greatest insights. When I was going through my PhD, I would energetically come up to my two supervising professors, Dr. Martin Jones and Dr. Mark Wilson, with some big, giant idea for a study. They would patiently respond with some version of the following. That would be really interesting. But Brad, there are far too many variables in that. To capture meaningful results, you'll want to narrow your focus down to one or two variables. I would initially walk away disappointed, but eventually learn the wisdom in this approach, not simply for our research studies, but for optimizing our own lives. As we test out various tweaks in our lives, one at a time, we can then identify and habitualize those tweaks that actually make a positive difference. If we try to change 20 or even 5 things at once, we have no idea which one of them actually made a difference. And frankly, that's often the cause of many of the misconceptions we create in our own health, wellness, and performance. We make multiple changes simultaneously, and then we accidentally give credit to the inconsequential changes. By contrast, making 1 or 2 specific adjustments and sticking with it long enough to determine the impact can be far more valuable over the long term. Here's a brief example from my own life that I'm working through right now. But as I go through this, think about how you could apply this concept in your own situation. I often struggle to fall back asleep after waking up to use the bathroom around 3 or 3:30 a.m. Now, clearly, there are a long list of potential causes of this. However, if I change them all simultaneously, how do I know which one had a positive influence? 3 weeks ago, I changed 2 very specific things. My sleep had improved a little bit, but not to the level I was seeking. So this week, I'm integrating 2 new modifications. They're all very small changes or tweaks. Over the next few weeks, I'll have a good sense of whether one or both of these are making any sort of a difference. And then I can build from there if I need to. What's an area of your life you'd like to see enhanced? What singular change could you make this week? And then how could you measure the outcome specifically to determine the effectiveness of that tweak? The phrase go big or go home looks great on a poster, but often the measurable tweaks are where the magic exists. Speaking of tweaks, this week's featured podcast is a special crossover interview with Project HR, discussing the integration of more effective coaching into your organization's health, wellness, or performance strategy. Oftentimes, organizations aren't getting the results they expect out of their wellness program, and they feel like they have to then start over. You'll learn from this interview that is not the case. Sometimes it just takes a tweak. Over at the YouTube coaching channel, our featured video this week is specific to the coaches in the audience, as we answer one of the single most common questions we receive. How do I effectively price my coaching services? Thank you again for joining us. Always feel free to reach out to us, results@catalystcoachinginstitute.com, or you can access a number of resources anytime at catalystcoachinginstitute.com. This is Dr. Bradford Cooper signing off. I'll look forward to speaking with you later this week on the next episode of the Catalyst Health, Wellness, and Performance Podcast, or over on the new YouTube coaching channel.